Good evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Tuesday, August 12, 2025. Making the headlines tonight, PM set to attend trilateral meeting in Mexico with Mexican and Guatemalan presidents Friday. Murder reported in Bay Vista village, and a prisoner survives a shot to the head during attempted escape. We take our first break and return with the news in detail.
To earn V-Bucks, you must make purchases at any Benny's locations or its entities near you. The more you spend, the more you earn. You also get double the V-Bucks on promotional days. Multiple purchases completed in a single day cannot be combined and will be considered separately. Benny's is committed to offering you competitive prices on all your purchases. Now value is added with V-Bucks. To learn more, visit our website at www.vbucks.bz. Remember, loyalty is always rewarding with V-Bucks. Brought to you by Benny's, quality and savings.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Oh man, one more scroll and my data is done.
Wait,
Who said anything about running out? Smart just dropped a more powerful plan that now includes social media data, so you can scroll till your fingers cramp. Visit any Smart showroom to sign up today because connectivity just got even better. Smart, bringing people together.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
Measles is a virus that is highly infectious and spreads through the air when an infected person coughs or sneezes. It often starts with a fever, cough, runny nose, and red, watery eyes, followed by a rash that spreads all over the body. Measles can cause serious complications. But here's the good news. Measles is preventable. The safest and most effective way to protect your child is through vaccination. The MMR vaccine is safe and available at your nearest health centers and clinics. Let's keep our families and communities safe. Get vaccinated. Stay protected. Brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness in partnership with PAHO and UNICEF.
Belize introduced its new electronic passport in 2022 through the launch of the Electronic Passport Issuance and Control System, EPICS. The e-passport includes an electronic chip that safeguards the holder's personal information and photograph. It also features a verification mechanism compatible with biometric systems such as smart gates at international borders. The passport's design reflects national pride, showcasing Belizean landmarks and symbols. It incorporates 26 modern security elements to prevent fraud and corruption. The introduction of the e-passport aims to enhance security, improve processing efficiency, and reduce application backlogs, benefiting Belizeans both domestically and abroad. The Ministry of Immigration, strengthening national sovereignty, security, and socio-economic development.
Belize, are you ready for the ultimate showdown of flavor and grit? It's the BLPA Beef Fest and Rodeo 2025, brought to you by the Belize Livestock Producers Association in partnership with the Wild West Rodeo Club. Join us at the National Agriculture Showgrounds on Saturday, August 16th, starting bright and early at 8 a.m. Fire up your appetite at the Grill Masters competition, where top chefs battle it out over beef, pork, and lamb in a sizzling showdown you won't want to miss. Then, hold on to your hats, it's rodeo time. Witness the raw power and heart-pounding action of real Belizean cowboys and cowgirls showing off their skills in an adrenaline-filled spectacle. Hungry? We've got the juiciest steaks, mouth-watering sausages, and local flavors that'll keep you coming back for more. Want to be part of the action? Sign up for the grill-off or grab a booth spot at our expo. Call 672-5275 to register before August 4th. Entrance is just $5 for adults, $3 for kids, and $15 for adults and $8 for kids for rodeo access. That's August 16th, 2025. A full day of food, fun, and family at the BLPA Beef Fest and Rodeo. From sizzling grills to wild rides, it's more than an event. It's a Belizean tradition. See you there.
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. Mexico's Tren Maya railway network in the Yucatan Peninsula has grown to a 966-mile route connecting several cities, airports, and tourist attractions in an area that is mostly jungle and forest. Despite many pushbacks from environmental and cultural groups, construction began in June 2020, with the first operational route opening in December of 2023. In December of 2024, the last route became operational. The railway encircles Mexico's portion of the peninsula and has helped that country make traditionally hard-to-reach tourist attractions more accessible to tourists. There have been talks about expanding the railway network into Belize and Guatemala, which has been seriously discussed for at least a few months now. Belize's Prime Minister Honorable John Briceño had lobbied his Mexican counterparts for the train to branch off into the Corozal Free Zone. However, Mexican officials have proposed an even bigger expansion into Guatemala via Belize. A meeting is planned for Friday, August 15, with Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum, Guatemalan President Bernardo Arevalo, and PM Briceño in Mexico. A press conference will be held after the meeting. Many are speculating about the announcement of the expansion of Tren Maya into Belize. Sheinbaum confirmed the meeting with the two leaders on Monday during her daily morning press briefing.
El viernes vamos a tener la mañanera en Chetumal, porque nos vamos desde.
On Friday, we will hold the morning briefing in Chetumal as we will be traveling from Thursday night. President Arevalo invited us. I spoke with him on Friday. He extended an invitation to visit Guatemala, and yes, we'll be there for a few hours. While there, he invited us to hold the bilateral meeting. We appreciate, respect, and admire President Arevalo of Guatemala, so we will go to Guatemala for a few hours. Afterwards, we'll return to Calakmul, where we will receive the Prime Minister of Belize, and there are some very interesting topics I won't reveal just yet, so they're the headlines for that day, the surprise for that day. There are many agreements we have reached with the countries along our southern border with whom we share an excellent relationship, and we'll announce those Friday. So, we'll make a brief stop in Guatemala. We return, and in Calakmul, we'll hold a trilateral meeting, we hold a press conference, and from there, we'll remain with the Prime Minister of Belize for the bilateral meeting with Belize.
Conferencia de prensa, y de ahí nos quedamos con el primer ministro de Belice para la reunión bilateral con Belice.
The CEO in the office of the Prime Minister, Narda Garcia, informed that the meeting is primarily to discuss the Tren Maya project and the Mayan Biosphere Reserve that spans the three countries. She also confirmed that during the bilateral meeting, they will discuss issues specific to Belize like electricity and energy. What has not been publicized much about the construction of this railway in Mexico is China's reported involvement, that is the People's Republic of China, or China PR. That's a consortium led by a Portuguese contractor, was one of the companies that were awarded the contract to construct part of the railway lines. This contractor, Mota Angel, is said to have been working in association with China Communications Construction Company Limited. This is the same Chinese infrastructure building company, one of the world's largest, which is linked with China PR's Belt and Road Initiative. The Four Seas is a Chinese majority state-owned, publicly traded company. China PR has been involved in major infrastructure developments in 35 African countries through the initiative. While the infrastructure projects promise economic growth, some of the countries have been facing debt due to unfavorable loan terms and a lack of transparency, plus a lack of local job creation and inadequate social and environmental protections. It is suspected that China PR at least partially funded Tren Maya via the Portuguese contractor in order to mask their involvement. This China connection has been reported since 2020, and in recent months it was reported that U.S. President Donald Trump has also been suspicious. In March, the Yucatan Times reported that Trump's administration had formally requested that Sheinbaum clarify who are the true developers of Tren Maya. Sheinbaum later responded, stating that public accounts can be reviewed. However, Trump's administration still suspects that China PR's involvement is disguised. It is important to note that Mexico and China PR maintain formal diplomatic relations while Mexico and Taiwan maintain unofficial bilateral relations. Belize does not have bilateral relations with China PR as it recognizes the sovereignty of Taiwan. Notably, the Associated Press reported in 2019 during Trump's first administration that the U.S. government had offered to help finance the train with development aid to bolster southern Mexico's economy in hopes of lessening the need for poor residents to migrate to the U.S. There was commotion this morning at the Belize Central Prison in Haddonfield after an inmate, 30-year-old Narir Parshu, attempted to escape. Parshu sustained gunshot injuries to his head and neck, but survived and was stabilized by the prison's medical officer and transported to the KHMH. The incident began around 9:20 when an officer posted at one of the convicted buildings commenced inmate recreation exercises, and inmate cells were opened. A tower officer noticed that Parshu was in an out-of-bounds area behind the building and was heading toward the lookout tower. According to reports, Parshu was given several verbal warnings by the officer to stop and return to his building. Instead, Parshu continued towards the moat and jumped into the water. 3 warning shots were then fired by the tower officer, while another tower officer alerted of the escape via radio. This prompted several tower officers from different towers to fire shots at Parshu. According to the prison report, this didn't hamper Parshu's efforts to escape as he continued towards the fence and climbed all the way to the top. More shots were fired at him, and he was eventually hit and fell to the ground. Prison officials say some 7 shots were fired. There was a fatal stabbing this afternoon in Bay Vista Village, Toledo. According to information received thus far, the victim, described as a Hispanic male, was riding his bicycle when an assailant approached him from the opposite direction. The attacker allegedly confronted the man and inflicted a single stab wound to the upper right side of his chest. Sadly, the victim succumbed to his injuries shortly after the incident. Authorities say the suspect attempted to flee the scene, but he was quickly apprehended and taken into custody. The Keep Call Centers in America Act of 2025, introduced in the U.S. Senate on July 29, has sparked concern about its potential impact on Belize's business process outsourcing BPO sector. While the bill is still in its early legislative stages, it enjoys bipartisan support and could be enacted in the coming weeks or months. Its effective date would be 1 year from the date of enactment. The bill proposes a series of measures aimed at discouraging the offshoring of call center jobs. It requires that the U.S. Secretary of Labor maintain a public record of employers who relocate or contract call centers work overseas. All federal call center work would have to be done in the U.S. Additionally, agencies must prioritize U.S.-based call centers when awarding contracts. Employers must notify of relocation 120 days prior and would be charged up to $10,000 daily for failure to do so. Employers on the list will not be eligible for new federal grants or federal guaranteed loans for 5 years. Additionally, existing recipients of federal grants face potential cancellation of funding or face monthly penalties. The bill also requires location disclosure of all agents in their communication. If they are located outside the U.S., consumers must be offered immediate transfer to a U.S.-based agent. Additionally, businesses using AI for customer service must also disclose this upfront and offer the option of transferring to a human agent in the U.S. There is strong support for the bill from the Communications Workers of America, which sees the bill as a defense against offshoring and AI-driven job loss. On the other hand, some industry groups have argued that the bill is protectionist and may violate international trade rules. They also point out that repatriating call centers could significantly raise the cost for federal contracts due to wage differences, between the U.S. and offshore labor. The BPO industry in Belize is described as one of the sectors driving economic diversification, contributing to economic growth and job creation while earning significant foreign exchange. In 2024, and then industry official Catherine Main reported on the significant foreign exchange earnings in a brief period.
When you look at the statistics in terms of foreign exchange coming into Belize within the BPO industry, in 2019, our inflows were at 49 million Belize dollars. Our inflows last year was $157 million. So in relatively short period of time, look at that increase. That's a 200 plus increase. So there is so much opportunity there. Think about the stability in terms of foreign exchange for us at the ending of the day, who continue to be a country that is primarily or more of an importer than an exporter. So these stability components play a key role, and this is why the BPO industry is a priority industry. We also got the great designation in June of this year, where we were ranked number 1 in the Nearshore Value Survey, and it really is an industry survey. And why was Belize ranked number 1? Really, affordability. So we're a very affordable destination as compared to the Philippines, as compared to, sorry guys, having mic challenges here, as compared to Costa Rica, as compared to Guatemala, Mexico, who is really a significant player in this industry as well. Additionally, our English proficiency, we have that advantage just out the gate. Healthy business environment, healthy investment environment as well. So coming here, being able to set up shop, being able to progress. Additionally, when we look at the geographic proximity to the United States, where the main partners or players are, right? Quick 2-hour plane ride getting down to Belize enables the connections, enables the facilitation, enables the...
BPOs in Belize are reported to employ over 15,000 people. While the report is that call centers in Belize have diversified their offerings to Europe and places other than the U.S., we are trying to get a more nuanced perspective on the potential impacts of the bill that is currently before the U.S. Congress. We reached out to the president of the Belize Call Center Association, and they have scheduled a press conference for Wednesday. After the break, BTB in good spirits despite premature reports of Spirit Airlines' demise. Stay with us.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Welcome to Design Depot, where you'll find premium quality products from trusted brands, all in one place. Visit us today for quality products, expert service, and the brands you trust. Design Depot, all in one place.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying I can help right now. When I this daily? For 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
Our banknotes are changing, but why did we update them? The central bank continuously assesses the integrity of our banknotes to maintain quality and security. The old series of banknotes has been in circulation for more than the recommended lifespan, which is 7 to 10 years. The new banknotes integrate enhanced security measures to combat counterfeiting, making transactions safer for everyone, giving you the confidence that your money is safe and authentic. Our money should be as strong and secure as our economy, and the new banknotes reflect that commitment. New look, same value, more secure. Learn more at www.centralbank.org.bz. A message from the Central Bank of Belize.
Planning a trip to Belize? Here's how to complete your I Declare Arrival form in 5 easy steps. Step 1. Visit belizetravel.immigration.gov.bz. Step 2. Select the appropriate forms for arrivals. Choose Arriving to Belize. Step 3. Provide your origin trip details, including your departure airport and country of residence. Step 4. Carefully complete the immigration form. Add dependents if necessary. Declare baggage, currency, and merchandise, and confirm your entries are correct. Step 5. Download your completed form and take a screenshot of your QR code and reference ID to present to the immigration officer. Thank you for using Belize iTravel. Safe journey.
There have been doubts locally regarding the health of Spirit Airlines after the publication of an international news item. The company had filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in late 2024. At the time, Spirit claimed it plunged into bankruptcy after a deal to sell itself to JetBlue for $3.8 billion was blocked by a U.S. federal judge. This was after a previous effort to merge with Frontier Airlines also fell apart. Now, Spirit is sounding the alarm that it may not survive if it's unable to improve its current finances. However, many in the industry believe Spirit is simply trying to position itself to be able to push for a sale or merger. It is unlikely that the U.S. government would allow Spirit Airlines to fail due to concerns about a potential negative impact on the airline industry and consumers. Despite current financial strains, Spirit's potential collapse may lead to job losses, reduced competition, and potential disruptions to air travel, especially for those travelers who rely on its ultra-low-cost model. Earlier today, BTB Director Evan Tillett confirmed that Spirit's Belize route is not in jeopardy, stating, quote, Spirit's inaugural flight from Fort Lauderdale to Belize on the 21st of November 2025 remains on track. Airlines go through bankruptcy and remain operational. Delta, Air Canada, Avianca, and United Continental all went through this and are thriving today. Let's focus on the positive, fold the flight to ensure success of the route and enjoy low fares, end quote. Despite claimed financial strains, the move can be seen as a positive sign for the growth of Belize's tourism industry, despite an uncertain time in the global tourism industry. In December, Spirit suspended over 40 routes indefinitely and has discontinued a few more over the summer, but is proceeding with the Belize connection, which is year-long and not seasonal. Cabinet approved the construction of a 150-bed university hospital for Belmopan in April 2023. The following month, a loan motion for 90 million Belize dollars from the Saudis was presented in the National Assembly to fund the project. It was initially proposed to be constructed on the University of Belize Belmopan campus, but in April 2024, Cabinet approved the change to the controversial private property near the western entrance to Belmopan. The 15 acres of land was bought for $6.9 million from Annie Zhu and Kenny Zheng. On December 10, 2024, the government announced that a company had been chosen for the design of the hospital. That contract to Dar Al Amran International Engineering Consulting Company was for $3.27 million. The contract outlined terms of reference for site layout, construction planning, landscaping, and adherence to international standards. On Monday, Minister of Health Kevin Bernard was asked for an update on groundbreaking.
That's through the Ministry of Economic Development in teaming with the ministry. I know that they were the design phase that were to have been finalized. They have a deadline, I believe, for September, October, so that once that is finalized and approved, we should be able to then start with the construction. And I'm hoping that we can then really break ground by the end of this year.
A new central medical storage building will be built to house all medications and medical supplies for the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Back in 2023, Minister Kevin Bernard told the media that the new supply facility will also have a modern inventory system that will be used to oversee and control the distribution of goods and medications, which he said will ensure greater accountability for the goods they have and a safer working environment for staff. On Monday, he provided an update and said the facility will be near the University Hospital in Belmopan.
Right now we are renting from all over the place, and it's difficult to have a more channeled source of supplies and distribution processing. And so what is happening there, apart from just a facility, we're going to improve that with proper inventory systems. We're going to improve that with better distribution processes, and that will ensure that we are able to then track inflows and outflows much easier, as opposed to having suppliers holding certain stock at their own premise. We're going to minimize that because much more of the bulk products then can come to the central medical store. The staffing will be then in one location. So there's a lot of different reasons why we chose to ensure that we have that. Again, bear in mind that when you look at Belmopan, the future plan is that the new facility, the new tertiary facility will be right around the corner. And that will also be in much closer proximity and access to the hospital at the same time.
Speaking about the departure of Lenny Isagiri Magan from the Financial Intelligence Unit, Prime Minister John Briceño confirmed that she is moving on to other career opportunities. He congratulated her on her accomplishments while at the helm of the institution and spoke about her successor, Marilyn Gardiner Usher.
I'd like to thank Mrs. Sigiri, Lenny. I think she came in at a critical time. The previous director was a disaster. He was not getting the work done. She came in and she did an exceedingly good job at the Financial Services Commission at the IFC. And it is because of her leadership that we managed to go to the Caribbean Financial Action Task meetings, I think it was earlier this year, where I think we were one of maybe 20 countries in the world that got full compliance, and it's because of her leadership. Unfortunately, well, she decided that she would know it's time for her to move on, and it's a loss to us, but I understand what. Now we were getting Miss Gardner. I know Miss Gardner well. We went to school together. She has extensive experience at the Central Bank. She was the Deputy Governor of the Central Bank and has now retired. And now that we're looking for another person, we felt that she was the appropriate person who have already experienced some of this work to come in and to take over from where Lenny is now leaving.
After the break, PM reports on Japan working visit. Stay tuned.
Oh man, one more scroll and my data is done.
Wait, who said anything about running out? Smart just dropped a more powerful plan that now includes social media data, so you can scroll till your fingers cramp. Visit any Smart showroom to sign up today because connectivity just got even better. Smart, bringing people together.
Make every moment matter with your credit card. More transactions, more chances to win cash back. You can be one of 4 monthly winners. Get a chance to win cash back with every purchase of $100 or more. For more information, visit www.atlabank.com. Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
The hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? Get the essentials you need to stay safe this hurricane season, such as plywood, tarp and rope, first aid kit, rubber boots, raincoats and rain ponchos, generator, portable radio and batteries, flashlight and kerosene lanterns. Weather the storm with these products and more from Benny's. Quality and savings.
Nuestros billetes están cambiando, pero ¿por qué los actualizamos? El Banco Central evalúa continuamente la integridad de nuestros billetes para mantener la calidad y la seguridad. La serie anterior de billetes han estado en circulación por más del tiempo de vida recomendado, que es de 7 a 10 años. Los nuevos billetes integran medidas de seguridad mejoradas para combatir la falsificación, haciendo las transacciones más seguras para todos, dándoles la confianza de que su dinero es seguro y auténtico. Nuestro dinero debe ser tan fuerte como nuestra economía, y los nuevos billetes reflejan ese compromiso. Nueva imagen, mismo valor, más seguros. Para obtener más información, visite www.centralbank.org.bz. Un comunicado del Banco Central de Belice.
On Monday, the Ministry of Economic Transformation and the National Health Insurance (NHI) formalized a new partnership with the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding. They are calling a landmark MOU designed to advance the national HIV response. The agreement focuses on providing nutritional support for children living with HIV and expanding pre-exposure prophylaxis services in NHI primary health care facilities nationwide. Chief Executive Officer of the Ministry of Economic Transformation, Carlos Paul, shared what inspired the collaboration.
It's important to note that Global Fund has some financing for countries, and Belize have been able to access those financing, and we are now in cycle 7. And the Global Fund provides that to entities that is called principal recipient. So the Ministry of Economic Transformation then was development, said fit that we have that fiduciary capacity, that skills and knowledge for us to manage that fund. So we applied and we were able to be approved by the Global Fund to be the principal recipient. So with this initiative that we're having, that we signed just a while ago, it's built that partnership, that social partnership that we have with the National Health Insurance, who was the principal recipient for the last cycle, which is 6. So this will help. This just strengthen our collaboration with them as we move forward implementing this new cycle.
General Manager of the NHI, Dr. Ramon Figueroa, explained the role of the NHI in this partnership, highlighting how their network of primary care facilities will help deliver wider pre-EP services and improve accessibility for communities across the country.
Well, we will be the ones that do the contracting with the hand-in-hand ministries and GoHoven. Because of our experience with NHI that we contract clinics, we have the experience in contracting and ensuring that we get money, get results for the money that's being invested by government. So our role is really to establish a contract and follow up and ensure that the objectives are met.
Honorable Dolores Balderramas Garcia, chairperson of the National AIDS Commission, emphasized the importance of the initiative and told us how it will help in a big way towards controlling AIDS in Belize.
Well, our role at the Secretariat of the National AIDS Commission is to be witnesses to the agreement that was signed today, which we're very excited about, because NHI, the National Health Insurance, comes under the Social Security Board and the government of Belize. And as you know, NHI are the purchasers of services that are provided out there so that our people can have more access to primary health care. Now, the Memorandum of Understanding signed today is between the Ministry of Economic Transformation. Let me correct myself. The MOU today is between the Ministry of Economic Transformation, who are the principal recipients from the Global Fund funding. And that MOU is between the Ministry of Economic Transformation and NHI, well, Social Security Board, but it's to go to NHI so that the various services can go especially to children who are living with HIV. The details of the timeline I can't tell you, but as chair of the commission and speaking on behalf of all our commissioners, we're very excited for this kind of memorandum of understanding because it will certainly help us to reach out to the people and the families and children who need it the most. It really helps in a big, big way because if we can have cooperation and collaboration and partnership between NHI and the ministry that is responsible for the financing, and they are the principal recipients, this is definitely going to enhance our service delivery to people who need it. And that is why we're very excited, and it will contribute in a large way to helping us to control HIV and AIDS as a public health emergency and problem. We're hoping by 2030, but of course we know that every single case wouldn't be gone by then. But if we can provide care and treatment so that people can be adherent to medication and get the services that are needed, we will be going in definitely the right direction. And I'm excited to see us bring down the rates of HIV and reach out to the people who need it the most. So we're very happy today.
During his very brief visit to Japan last week, Prime Minister John Briceño met with the Prime Minister of the Asian country. Among the different topics of discussion was Japan's assistance for the replacement of the swing bridge. The PM reminded that technical experts from Japan have been to Belize, and he says they have concluded that the bridge cannot be salvaged. As it relates to educational assistance, Japan currently only provides Belize one scholarship per year, and PM Briceño says they asked for an increase.
So I met two young, dynamic young ladies. One, she is doing molecular chemistry, doing her doctorate. She's from Kayo and she spoke in Japanese. I was quite impressed. And the next one from Kurosawa, she is doing her doctorate. Both of them are doing their doctoral studies. Both of them will finish next year. The next one is in economics, I think trade economics. And so I brought up to the Prime Minister that our young people are looking for opportunities to study. And presently they give us one scholarship a year and ask if they could be able to have more, if they could offer a few more scholarships for us. And it's something that he thinks that it can be done. After that meeting and lunch, then I had another meeting with the Vice Minister, Eri, the Foreign Minister, the Vice Foreign Minister. She was here about 2 months ago. And we discussed the same issues. And she said, what are my priorities? I said, my priority is the bridge and the scholarships. And she said she's going to do everything possible for us to be able to get that assistance.
Each summer, the area representatives organize summer camps for their respective constituencies. In his division, Agriculture Minister Hussein Mai uses the camp to sow interest in agriculture, reflecting his portfolio and passion. This is the second year of the agriculture camp. He shared that last year, 100 children attended for the 5 days of the camp, and this year, participation was closer to 130. He encouraged other area reps to hold agriculture camps as well.
But what I think satisfies me or giving us satisfaction is to see the enjoyment that the children go through. I mean, they just enjoy being here 5 days, being around the animals, being around the sheep, being around the poultry. And so I think that little by little we're instilling the agriculture concept in children. I think it's very important for them to know the importance of agriculture from childhood. It's difficult to convert an adult into a farmer, you know. It's easier to work with the children. And so I think that this year was another smashing success for the agriculture summer program in Orange Walk. And I hope that my other colleagues in cabinet would probably do something similar. I think it's important if we are to, especially in Belize City, I believe that the children there can learn by doing agriculture, by having a summer program. I think it will benefit them tremendously. We are willing to support them. My Minister of State, Alex Balona, also had a very successful summer program in Kayo Central Farm. And so we encourage other leaders to do it. We are willing to support in whatever we can.
In police news, police are investigating a robbery in downtown Belize City that occurred on Monday. According to 42-year-old messenger Samuel Shaw, he was at the corner of Regent and Bishop Streets around 10:45 that morning when he was approached by two male individuals. He said one of them pulled out a gun and demanded that he surrender a black bag he had. The bag contained an undisclosed amount of money. Meanwhile, a teenager reported to police that he was stabbed on Monday night around 7:45 as he was standing at the corner of North Front Street and Angel Lane in Belize City. According to 19-year-old Nelson Gillett, a male individual known to him approached him and stabbed him multiple times. Gillett was transported to the hospital for treatment and has been released. Police are seeking one suspect. And on Monday, we reported that the decomposed body of a male individual had been discovered off Plantation Road in Ladyville, Belize District. ACP Gilberto Romero had told the media that the state of decomposition had delayed efforts in identifying him. The body has been identified as that of 25-year-old Joshua Martels. The body was identified by his mother. The investigation continues. And with that, we've come to the end of our newscast. The repeat can be viewed on this station later tonight at 9 and again tomorrow at midday. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of the news. And remember, you can always catch up with the day's top stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page under XTV Belize. And you can watch the evening news live on our XTV BHNI app. I am Drea Espinosa. Have a safe and enjoyable evening.
Thank you.